Michigan basketball. They were winning by 28 points per game or more in the last 6 games that they played. Maryland gave us a scare. We only beat them by 18 points. Here we go. Let's break it down. At the under 16 TV timeout, Michigan had their first deficit of the season through 4 minutes plus. Mara was given the ball and made a layup to make it 10-7. Maryland had a lead. Cadeau tied it with a 3 right away after that first TV timeout of the game. Then Knights made a 3. Burnett answered with a 3. Cadeau took it to the hoop for 2. Johnson fought for 2 with a drastic, and 1. Payne then had an offensive putback for Maryland. Payne then slammed it home. Maryland was here to play this game at home versus the University of Michigan basketball. They were. Kason made 3. Washington for Maryland answered with 3 for his own self. They were shooting lights out. 14 made 3s. Michigan had 12. This was a game. Maryland had a technical foul on Washington, and it wouldn't be the first. And Washington would get a second one and left this game. And then Payne got hurt and left this game as well. It could have been disaster for the University of Michigan. But Kason made a 3. Washington then answered with another 3. Saunders made a 3 to take the lead again for Maryland. It was 22-21 Maryland with 11:32 left in the first half. This was unheard of. This is unheard of against this Michigan roster and this team. Would it last for Maryland? I was a little bit concerned. I knew we would pull away in the end, but Mara laid one in for Michigan, running the court. He missed the free throw after the and one. Cadeau made an alley-oop to Mara. Coit made another 3 for Maryland. Mara had off glass for 2. Beautiful turnaround jumper off glass, made it. That was awesome for Michigan. Landenborg made a layup. Johnson made a layup after another great assist by Cadeau. Doit made another fucking jumper. It was 31-27 Michigan at the under 8 TV timeout in the first half. 4-point game. Michigan turned the inbound pass over after that TV timeout. Rice made a 3 on the other end for Maryland. Payne had a block. And at the other end, Rice hit another 3 to take another lead for Maryland. It was 33-21 in this game. Rice made 2 free throws. Yaxel then showed up after that, and we started to give him rotation. He drove it, and he got fouled, and he made 2 free throws. Maryland got a bullshit call on Mara, and Payne got 2 free throws after that. Beautiful ball movement by Michigan led to a Burnett 3 once again. They got it down low. They were spinning it around, got outside. Burnett nailed that 3. Beautiful. Payne got hurt at this point, and he got helped off the court with 4:35 left in the first half. So he's out. Roddy Gale Jr. drilled a fucking 3 off defense. It was transition. He drilled a 3. Beautiful play by him. Then Coit answered and made another 3 for himself for Maryland. Johnson grabbed a ball that was going to go out, and he caught that ball on the end line, stepped in, and threw it in. Beautiful play by him. There was no stoppages in this game. There was no stoppage at this point until 1:57 left in the first half. And Maryland led 45-43. Coit made 2 free throws for Maryland. Yaxel made 2 free throws for Maryland. He made a lot of them tonight. Adams made a layup for Maryland. The home crowd screwed Yaxel of a great block that gave Maryland 1 extra point going in to halftime. And at halftime, Maryland had the 50-45 lead over Michigan. What? It wasn't about Michigan's defense. That wasn't why they were down. Maryland was here to play. They were crisp offensively. They were making passes just before the defender got there. They were moving the ball as well. They were making threes. They were making free throws. They had a lead at halftime over the best team in the nation. But Maryland was about to understand why Michigan's defense is really good. Michigan's defense was in a position that they could fail. But it was a sliver here and a sliver there that hurt the defense. Could they stand out? Could they step up in the second half? At this point, I still thought that Maryland could keep up with Michigan. But it's, lucky shots, bad calls versus Michigan, and home field gave Maryland some juice in this game. Could they keep that going? It was a magical first half for Maryland. They were 10 of 18 from 3 already. In the second half, not so much. Coit nailed another 3 to open the second half, of course, to give Maryland a chance. But Yaxel made a 2. Saunders made 3 for Maryland. Washington then got his second technical foul, and he was out of this game. So they were without 2 of their key contributors at this point. But they didn't give up. Michigan had to make free throws down the stretch. Yaxel made 2 free throws for Michigan and got the ball. Michigan was looking scripted offensively, and Maryland was getting takeaways at this point in the game. Landenborg then made a 3 for Michigan to get within 4 points. Then he hit another easy 3 to get within 1 point. Maryland had to call a timeout before the under 16 TV timeout in the second half. There were still 16 minutes and 55 seconds left, and they only led 56-55. Adams then hit a jumper for Maryland. Saunders hit a jumper for Maryland. At that time, a Maryland player got tackled Adai Mara, threw his body into him, just his shoulder, didn't even try to go for the ball or whatever. And he had a flagrant foul. Mara made both free throws. Michigan made free throws in this game, 19 of 22. That was the story towards the end of this game. Because Maryland was trying their damnedest at home to knock the number 1 team off. It wasn't to be, though. It was 60-57 Maryland finally at the under 16 TV timeout in the second half. Commercials went for eternity in this game, and that's why this review is going for eternity right now, is because the game did not last 2 hours. It lasted more like 3. You had to wait for every fucking thing. It was annoying. Mara then had a layup off of Yaxel Landenborg, perfect pass. Mara then had a block that eventually led to a Cadeau 3, which was awesome. Rice answered, though, for Maryland with his own 3 again. Then Mara jammed one home. Michigan had a 64-63 lead. And then Johnson put one home. Yaxel was then fouled on a 3, and he made all 3 free throws. Turkson then made a layup. Yaxel then hit a 3. Coit made a layup and was fouled. It was 72-67 Michigan, with 11 minutes and 6 seconds left in the game. It was the under TV timeout. Finally. It was back and forth in this one, you can imagine. Michigan might score 100 again. 72-67, with 11 minutes and 6 seconds left in this game. Michigan might score 100 again. Can Maryland? That's what my question was. And that was the difference in the game. Michigan can. Maryland couldn't. Cheddar hit a floater. Coit made his 8th 3 of the game. Yes, he made his 8th 3 in this game. But Kason answered with a 3 of his own. Mara jammed another one after a turn of possession. Turkson, though, made a 2 for Maryland. But Kason, LJ Kason, made a 3 again. And with 8 minutes left in this game, it was 82-73 Michigan. How many points would be scored? Cheddar made 2 free throws on a 1-and-1. Cadeau made an easy layup. Maryland called a timeout at 86-73. A steal led to a Roddy Gale jam for Michigan. Turkson had an offensive putback for Maryland. Mara touched the ball first, yet he committed the foul. So this is where he fouled somebody on a rebound. He touched the ball first and got hit, yet he caused the foul. Okay, whatever. That's the thing. Michigan officials have to acknowledge the size that Mara has. Rebounds come and he just picks it out with one arm before it gets to a littler guy. It's not his fault that he's big. But the thing is that Michigan made free throws down the stretch. Roddy Gale hit 2 free throws on a 1-and-1. So he had to make the first one and then the second one. Mills made a layup for Maryland. But then Burnett made 2 free throws on a 1-and-1. So Michigan had 3 straight 1-and-1s. Made the front end and the second end on all 3. That is awesome in my opinion. They are making free throws. Even Mara is making free throws. That's what won this game. Roddy Gale, Burnett, Yaxel with 9 free throws. But I will get to that. Michigan tried to milk the clock at the end of this game, but turned it over late in the shot clock, which led to a 94-81 score with 2:52 left in this game. Cadeau found Roddy Gale for an alley-oop jam. That was awesome. Kason made a layup from Mara, full court. He threw it, and Kason put it in. Cadeau made a layup to put Michigan over 100 points in a game, yet again, for the 5th time this season. Michigan won this game 101 to 83. This could have been a game at Maryland, but Michigan went 19 of 22 on the free throw line and made 12 threes. Also, this team won the turnover battle, only 6 for Michigan and 11 for Maryland. Maryland played their best game that they could have possibly played versus this team. And yet, Michigan won by 18 points on the road. Let's go blue. Let's fucking go blue. Like I said, Yaxel was 9 of 9 from free throws and had 29 points. Mara had 18 points. Cadeau had 12 points and 10 assists. Michigan was 12 of 19 from 3 as a team. You can't stop this program. You can't. Won by 18, even if it looked good. There were some kind of questionable calls in this game for both sides. But Michigan wins by 18 in the end. 2-0 in the Big Ten. 10-0 overall. Who's going to stop them?